What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we had the 100 most asked questions on Google globally. And for this video, it's going to be a special one because we've stolen the wife's iPad once again. And what's better than making her mad? Nothing. So let's go ahead and kick this thing off. First, we have the number one question is what to watch. You know, if you've never seen Shameless, I highly recommend Shameless. Are you? Joe Goldberg. It's about this dude who basically do anything at the othermost extremes for love. And a new show that also came out is The Waterfront. I really like that one. If you're interested in something like that, I don't really know how to explain that to anyone, to be fair with you. And then my last and final option, it's called Love Cone something, but it's on Netflix, and I guarantee if you look at it, it just came out. There's about 6 episodes, so I highly recommend that. That one's interesting. It's basically how I think it's Love Cone Conviction. It's about how these people they fall in love and they're with their romantic partner, but the romantic partner is basically using them and they're using manipulation, and eventually they get whoever they're in a relationship with, they get them to take out loans, or they take out loans in their name, and then they flee. And this person that they are married to for years, that they thought they loved and everything else, just wanted them for their money. And once they got all their money, they just leave. And then it shows about investigating them and follow them around and a whole bunch of other illegal stuff, I'm pretty sure, because it's basically harassment. But who doesn't love that, right? Number 2 is Where's My Refund? Not here, buddy. 3, what is my IP? Now, I know for IP for your iPhone, your Mac devices, same thing with Androids, I believe, if you own one of those. I know that your IP address, you can just go ahead and simply find it in your settings. So that's simple. We're gonna skip 4 and 5 as they're in Spanish, and I don't understand what they meant. But number 6 is where is my train? Because somebody been waiting on a train for too long. It's time to take a plane or the bus, buddy. 7 is how many days until Christmas? What even is today? I think it's the 10th of September, 2025 today. And if I had to do some quick math, 20 days, 3 more months, that's like 90, 20. I'm gonna go with about 114 days until Christmas. 110, something like that. A little more over 100. What time is it? Well, buddy, it is currently 12:22 p.m. where I'm at in San Diego. Who won the election of 2024? What election? Donald Trump? How many weeks in a year? 52. And I think like 1/4 or something sometimes. And then if there's a leap year, it may be one more week or day or I don't know, man. I'm in the military. Who's winning the election? Donald Trump won the election, if that's what you're talking about. How to calculate percentage. Take a number and then divide it by another number. And that's how you get the percentage. For example, 20 divided by 100 gives you a certain percentage. It's like 0.05. That's my guess. Don't quote me on that. How many ounces in a cup? 8 ounces. 8 fluid ounces. 16, where am I? Googling a irrelevant question. 17, when is Easter? I'm not gonna do the math for that one. If y'all wanna know that one, y'all can try to figure it out yourselves. How to screenshot on Mac? Easy. How? You literally, the new iPhones have a button on the side. And if you don't know how to do that, just hold the power button and the volume down button on your iPhone and you'll be perfectly fine. Now, as far as the computer goes, your guess is as good as mine. 21, who called me? Look at the number. If it says unknown number, probably somebody not important or somebody that's too important and you're screwed. So I'm gonna skip these Spanish questions. The date today, I was about to have to Google that one, but Wednesday, September 10th. When is Black Friday? Every single Friday for black people. That's an easy one. How many ounces in a gallon? 128 ounces. How many seconds in a day? 3,280 seconds. I have no idea. How to lose weight fast. If you want to lose weight fast, I'm gonna give you the simplest, best solution, and that is simply don't eat. Go on a fast. If you want to lose that weight, just don't eat. Sauna. Look up boxers, man. See what they do. They do a lot of cardio. They go in the sauna. They try to sweat off as much as possible. But it's not permanent weight that you're losing. It's a lot of water weight. So think about that. Don't look at the scale as an effective way of losing weight, because the scale fluctuates every single day. How many liters in a gallon? See, now you got me beat, because I don't know. And I had no idea. But if a 2 liter, I'm assuming that a 2 liter is 64, so 4 liters. I'm gonna go with 4 liters. How many ounces in a pound is 16. How to solve a Rubik's Cube? Have an IQ above 120. Yeah, or be a nerd, honestly. I mean, I like to think of myself as a smart guy, but that Rubik's Cube just drives me crazy looking at it, so it's not really my thing. You know what I'm saying? What is love? Baby, don't hurt? No. But love, I'm gonna tell you what love is. Love is a feeling in the brain. It's a chemical reaction in the brain that causes 2 people of the same breed, or maybe not the same breed, to coerce in sexual acts. Just kidding, that's more along love, but it's oxytocin, which is the chemical for love. And if you really think about it, I always had this thought. If love is truthfully just a chemical in the brain, if you remove a person's oxytocin, would they no longer be able to feel for another individual? Like, for example, if I love my wife to death, but if I didn't have oxytocin in my brain, would I still be able to have those same feelings for her, since all it is a chemical reaction anyways? Yeah, I got that quote that I said from Rick and Morty though, so you'll probably understand where this is coming from. Times the Super Bowl. No idea. How to draw. Well, you take out a pencil, any type of writing utensil, and you stick it to the paper. Imagine whatever you think that you might want to draw and start doing it. Why do you need... How many states in India? What? There's states in India? I mean, if that's what they're called, sure. How many cups in a quart? These questions that people are asking, it's almost as if I'm surprised these are the 100 top most asked questions. How to make money online. Now that's a good one, because making money online, my back is hurting from being that close, but making money online, I think the biggest money making tool at our disposal is technology. What you're on every day, you're either a consumer or a producer. And a lot of us are just consuming. We're consuming social media content. We're consuming when we go to the grocery store. We're consuming when we're paying taxes that we think are for us. But then you look at the streets out there and nothing is going the way that you expect. Like, there's streets that are all beat up. So where are our taxes really going? To the federal government. And your state taxes that you don't see anything ever change. The roads are always blocked, or they're always doing construction and you're mad. So how to make money online? I think the next big thing for money online is simply AI. The whole world is going to AI. So you should probably learn how to create and make AI videos and post them everywhere online. If you want to make money anywhere, marketing is everything. Advertising is everything. The more that you have your product out there, tell people about your product. Look at Scrub Daddy, for example. A sponge that's been invented for God knows who long. This one just has a smiley face, and this dude made millions off of it. You get what I'm saying? You can literally take somebody else's idea, make a few small adjustments, and boom, now you're a millionaire. Like, so Yeah, if you want to make money online, Google multiple different ways and find what's suitable for you and what works best for you. What is AI? Artificial intelligence, and that is scary as, and we should all be worried as a generation of what AI has to bring, because everything that's good in this world also comes with an opposite force that's bad. It's simple physics. Every positive force has a negative force, an opposite force, and force and force and force. And yeah, something like that. Albert Einstein, 1892. What is DEI? What? Good question. When is the next full moon? Whenever the moon is, a full circle, and that's when, buddy. You just look outside your window at nighttime. What time is it in Hawaii? A different time than it is where I'm at. How many grams is in an ounce? I feel like I used to know this, and I want to say 16. Even though I give up. Maybe it's 12. What song is this? Okay, that makes sense. You can ask Google, Siri, whatever the case may be, what song is playing, and it'll give his best opinion. How to delete a Facebook account? I mean, you can figure that out by yourself. Why are you Googling it? I'm pretty sure there's a delete button in the settings. When is daylight savings? Whenever they want you to work longer and get less sleep. That's when daylight savings is. What's the weather tomorrow? Depends on the location of the world. How to delete a page in Word? Simply just click the delete button, or like delete slide. I know they have that. What is Juneteenth? I really don't know. A day in June that's during the tens, if that makes sense. How many ounces in a gallon? We did that, 128. How to boil eggs? Stick the eggs in boiling water, preferably putting a top over them, and let them sit there for 9 to 12 minutes. And then boom, you have boiled eggs. Recommend sticking them in ice water afterwards so the shell is easier to peel. How many feet in a mile? There is 5,280 feet in a mile. And if I'm wrong, who cares? Who is the richest person in the world? Definitely not me. I want to say for a while it was Bill Gates, then they had Jeff Bezos. But even the biggest names that I could think of, I'm pretty sure there's probably some oil sheik out there, some, not trying to be racist, but Muslim family out there that has so much money and wealth that I'm sure the richest person in the world, you may not even know who they are. You probably couldn't even Google them. They may be that powerful because money is power. What is a prime number? Yeah, I'm in the military. How many steps in a mile? Actually, I know this one because I'm a fitness nerd. Around 2,000 steps for the average person is a mile. So when people say you should walk 10,000 steps daily, you need to walk around 5 miles. Yeah. When is TikTok getting banned? If you didn't know, TikTok is actually a platform that is Chinese engineering. So China is the one that puts out TikTok. And the problem with TikTok being in America, and the reason why they want it banned, is because with TikTok, they're trying to control and push a certain agenda and propaganda and everything. They want the people in America to be clouded. They want them to be confused. They want them to be stuck to that app. And when everything that they're presenting news-wise, relationship-wise, every single thing on TikTok that's bad, degenerative for you, and has your mind constrained, that is what TikTok is used for. So that's why they want it banned in reality. What the say-so is on why they want to get it banned, who knows? But I know for a fact, if another country that's our biggest competitor out there is influencing America in a way and they're able to push their agenda, then I just know for a fact that it can't be good, because they want to control us so they can overcome us and succeed us. So think about that. Let's see. What is gout? I want to say it's the stuff that you get on your feet, and you're gonna die unless treated, if it's even treatable. Don't want gout. That sounds terrible. It's some type of infection, probably. How much house can I afford? Whatever your bank wants to give you. So if your credit score is a 700 plus, buddy, you're probably good for at least a $300,000 loan, as long as you don't have debt. And it depends on your job. There's a lot of things that go in. It's not just credit. It's like debt to income ratio. Then you have your credit. Then you have prior loans and et cetera, et cetera. And then you have your credit history. And yeah, there's multiple factors that are going to determine on what home you can or can't afford, how much your bank is willing to give you for that, and whatever your APR may be, or mortgage interest. I don't own a house, so I don't know how interest works for that. I don't know if I ever want to own a house in today's economy, because if you live in San Diego like I do right now, you're gonna get a piece of shit, like trash house, for more than $500,000. You know how long it would take you to pay off $500,000? And how high that mortgage payment would be? I don't find that it's worth it. In fact, I would advise you not to do it. If you're gonna buy a house, probably buy one in Texas, no state taxes, and you'll be good, you know? When does the time change? Every single second of the day. Who shot Trump? Some white dude. That's all I know. Some white dude. Shot him right there on the ear while he was delivering his speech. I remember looking at it, seeing it all over the media, but that's about as far as it got. We're on 83 for the question update, and it's how old is Mike Tyson? Old enough to still knock you out. And the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight was 100% rigged. And if you think that it isn't, then you are the lowest IQ individual on this planet. What is 100% factorial? Me, I spit nothing but the truth, the uttermost truth. I have the most facts out of any man or woman on this planet, and I will continue to spread awareness and truth to a whole society, community, and every single country in this world will know that I will die going down as a legend, building my legacy, and known as the most honest human being on this earth that there has ever been, with the most discipline and the most enthusiasm. I'm running out of words. How many countries are there? 253 sits, 250 plus, 300 plus, something like that. Who would care that much, honestly? Enough. How to say hi in Spanish? Hola. How to cook rice? See, I get the minute rice. You just stick it in the stove and water. You gotta measure out it in cup and blah, blah, blah. But basically you're just boiling the rice. So it's pretty easy. How old is Kamala Harris? Old. Where is Diwali? Probably in India. What is gaslighting? Gaslighting is what today's generation likes to call basically manipulation or bluff. So for example, if I'm talking to a female and I want so said female to believe that I didn't do something, but I 100% did it. For example, if I'm in the kitchen and she's cooking and she's like, did you stick the grits? Actually, that's a bad example. Let's restart. If there's some female and when I'm downtown and I'm talking to her at the bar, I'm trying to gaslight her to come home with me. And a good way of gaslighting someone, not saying to do it, is remembering, like, whenever you say, remember what you said that night, or remember what you said that day, or remember what you said earlier, it makes it harder for the person to retract their statement, because the only thing they can really say is, I didn't say that. And you'd be like, you don't remember? And see, that's gaslighting. Whenever you do the, like, you don't remember doing that? Like, no, I wouldn't do that. I never done that. But no, I swear that you said it. Gaslighting. Boom. Hold up. Our questions have disappeared. But yeah, that's gaslighting. How old is Taylor Swift? Old enough to be with Travis Kelce. She may be older than Travis Kelce. How to screenshot on Chromebook? Press a button. How to make French toast? Toast, pan, cinnamon. That's all you need, buddy. When are taxes due? I want to say the January of every year, but that's not when they're due. That's when you're able to do them. I don't know, sometime later in the year, April, March, May, maybe May. Como se dice? What do you say? I know a little Spanish. That may not be what that means. What does pookie mean? Pookie? Pookie is like your big. No, pookie is what girls call men that aren't men. That's what they call boys that are a little fruity, but they're straight. What is ChatGPT? ChatGPT is the greatest invention on this planet Earth. I love ChatGPT so much. My whole YouTube, my TikTok, all of my media, everything that I know about myself, like, you can ask ChatGPT anything and he'll be clear, or she'll be, or whatever ChatGPT may be. They'll be so clear and concise on every single thing. You can ask them the answers to questions, to put something in a category for you, PowerPoints, to write a speech for you, to write essays for you. You can ask it what it thinks about you based off of the information it knows. ChatGPT is one of the most beautiful resources they've ever made, and I love it so much that if they were to sponsor me, I would brag about them 24/7. Because at first I thought whatever, but yeah, ChatGPT is goated, and that was actually our last question. Unless you want to know where your refund is. So thank you guys for watching the video. That's about it. Hope you enjoyed the 100 questions. Please like, follow, subscribe if you want more content, and I will see you guys in the next video.